Good evening, brothers and sisters. This is Ross Robbie or Ross Robert McLean. I'm out here in South Carolina. And what I want to speak to you all about this evening or tonight is this Rasta political party. See, I was in Jamaica a long time ago and I noticed that there was a Rasta party. There was a political party there that represented the Rasta man and anybody else who was trying to get certain freedoms that they couldn't get from the other two parties, which were PNP and JLP. And I realized that in America, there's a lot of young brothers and sisters that have come into wearing locks and they are questioning about the locks. And they see that the locks thing, understand it is this, is that God is putting this on our heads. And mostly the largest portion of those people smoke and they smoke hard because they're thinking about the conditions that they're going through, and when they smoke, their meditation becomes a little clearer. They want to try to find a way out of the situation, and the situation is getting a little bit tighter because, as they're talking about legalization of marijuana, which is not the basis behind our belief systems, it is a portion of, or the sacrament that we use to get our minds and mental closer to the Most High. See, now people, they look down on this, but I've been through situations where this herb got me from being in trouble to thinking about a way to get out of it without going into the situation. Negativity is not really a part of herb, because when you smoke, your mind starts to get clear and think about things differently. That's why a lot of the time you find the gangbangers and stuff don't smoke weed. They smoke dust and they smoke dip. Now you got a lot of them that smoke, and they smoke herb too, and they're smoking it hard. And those guys mostly just trying to make their money. They're not interested in trouble. See, there's a lot of people out there smoking marijuana. They go to work every day. They make money. They drive cars. They have their own businesses. And the one thing I know is that God made man in his image and his likeness. In the image of God, he made them male and female. He made everyone. Now see, there's a part in that Bible that says this, and there's also another area that says that God made man by himself, and this is not so. God made man in the image of God, male and female. He made them, because it said, let us make man in our image and our likeness. It didn't say, let me make man in my image and make woman out of his bone. It said, let us make them together, and I can show you it in the Bible, so you don't think that I'm telling a story, because it's definitely there. And this is the situation. See, Rastafari political party is going to be a situation which can go from Jamaica to Haiti to Panama, Dominican Republic. It can cross all borders because it's a Rasta party and a Rastas everywhere. So what we're trying to do, well, what I put this post out was I wanted to see how many people would be interested in a new political party that's not for the rich. It's not for the people that are holding on to things, but to those people that are trying to follow God's rule and want to follow God's laws. I mean, people will sit back and say this new world order that they're talking about is going to follow rules and laws, so why not it be the political party that Rastafari is running? Because Rasta means Lord of the Earth, which would make everyone, male and female, control of their own dominion in their own life. Because we're not going to go out and start searching out to find out who's not following directions. You know you're following directions when you're not in trouble. You have to deal with their police department, and you have to deal with their law system, and you have to deal with their problems that they commit on you when you're out there riding around. But see, if you're a Rasta man and you're following the directions that the Most High, when you go into court, if you make it, because we still not guarantee you're not going to get shot by the police. I mean, we haven't gotten our own police force. So if you go out and get in trouble and you get stopped by the police, and you have the understanding when you go to court that you speak up and you say that you're doing it for religious practices and you're not guilty, then they have to argue whether you're guilty or not. And if they can't find a reason to prove that you're not guilty, then they have to leave you alone. See, I've taken the charges so that I can let other people get out of trouble, because I understand my family that things were happening, and I did take those charges, but they were going to let me loose. They would have charged them and let me go. And I know this is so because they realize that I can't really be arrested for practicing my religious beliefs. That's against the law. But yet and still now, we're looking and we're seeing a lot of brothers and sisters out there, and They don't know any laws. They don't know any rules. They just know when you get stopped by the police, you're looking to go to either jail or court for some reason or another, and they don't even know what they're going to do when they get there. But under the laws and the rules of the Rastafarian movement, with this political party in place, would give everybody an option to be judged under the Rastafari understanding of things instead of being just judged because you're black. And see, I'm talking understanding and seeing how they treat different people differently. This is something I know because I've been treated differently. I mean, I used to be under the situation, and I mean, I know for sure that all of the Rasta young men, some of them didn't start out Rasta in your hair and locks in your heart, but the locks was always in your heart because you were following a certain kind of way. You didn't want to be the same as everybody else. You tried to stay away from trouble, and you made assured to follow what God was telling you the best you could because you felt that voice inside was speaking to you, and even spoke to you to put Rasta in your head when everybody else was trying to get waves and wanted to get the stocking cap. You wanted to go out and just twist yours and let it grow. See, sisters and brothers out there of all races, and I'm going to tell you this directly, that God made man in his image and his likeness. He made man. Didn't tell you what race of man. Just made man on the earth, and man was in the image and likeness of God. He didn't give dominion to any man over any other man. See, the court systems and the law systems and the legal systems are not even legal because God didn't give those systems to work. It was man that put that in place. See, but we are right now dealing with this situation. We have to go along under certain conditions unless we decide to get land of our own and move away. And as long as we're not breaking any laws, even still we're following the laws that the Creator and the Most High gave us. We can't very well be prosecuted for any crime that, unless we're doing something wrong and we committed a crime, then we're going to have to go and fight with the law. But as long as we don't commit any crimes, we're basically okay under God's law. Raping, stealing, and robbing, that's against the law any place you go. So we don't have any of that going on. But this is Ras Robert McLean, and I'm out here in South Carolina. Understand? There's many ways, but only one God.